Welcome back to Buckingham Business Review. We are a video magazine that focuses upon the intersection of people, strategy, and tactics. And this is our third segment with guest Bob Kilinski of Keller Williams. We would encourage you to watch segments 1 and 2 if you've missed them to pick up some great information from Bob. Bob, in this segment, you have the ultimate insider's view. Regardless of what the Washington economists and politicians tell us, what is happening in the real estate market? This is, mid-March 2012. There's been some bad news, there's been some improving statistics, but from your view, is it getting better? Can I list my house now and get market value, whereas I couldn't six months ago?
Well, first of all, Bernie, everything's relative. It really depends on if you're the seller, it's all about your particular needs. And again, let's say you're out of something in the house for food and you need it and it's raining. Do you say, do I wait till it stops raining to go get it, or do I need it now? That's a personal decision, okay? Can't change the market, but I can only try and, as a professional, solve your needs or answer your needs within what the market gives us. Mm-hmm. But it really comes down to you. So whether you should list your house or sell your house now is going to be strictly an individual decision. And when you say, I have the insider view, I can tell you, one of my best agents were sitting right here. They have the real view, because they're dealing every day with buyers and sellers and all the mortgage things and title things. They know what's going on. What we get at the region office through our 54 market centers in the Southeast region is things are getting better in terms of number of transactions, because it is incredible, the buyer index. In other words, prices and interest rates on loans are the lowest you've seen relatively, and probably since I've been in the business. Yes. So the buyer index is incredible. I tell you, if you want to buy a house, now's the time to really look and buy one, because it's, as they say, the deal's out there based on comparing on where things were. If you're a seller, well, seller says, I won't get the same money I got before. That's true. You probably won't, depending on what area you're in. But do you need to sell? Mm-hmm. If you have a need, then you match the need, search the situation to make it. But that means if you're buying, what you may not be getting in a realized equity and appreciation on the sell side, you may very well pick it up plus some on the buy side. I was going to say, the one I have my heart set on may be more affordable than it's ever been. Right. So it's really the increment, the difference. Yeah. But again, it goes back in any service. I don't care whether it's medical or tax or law or real estate. It is about the client and the client's needs. Okay. And if we're just in it to figure out whether the market's right or not, it's really about your market, not about the market.
Okay. Yeah, I'm of the impression, and it's been 19 years since I bought a house, and everything has changed in 19 years. I'm under the impression I have several different options available to me in 2012 that weren't available last time. I have a person who keeps telling me that she will list my house for $500 flat fee and put it in MLS and so forth, and why would I do it any other way? A little voice inside my head says, there's a reason why the cheapest isn't always the best. How do I go about, as a potential seller, selecting my agent and determining which program really suits my needs to move the house in a reasonable period of time and get a reasonable amount of money that I think it's worth?
And that's a very realistic business thought comparison. But I'm going to say this, it's not about who is the most expensive or the cheapest money-wise. It really is the individual. Can they deliver the service you need? Right. And then you're going to evaluate their services compared to the cost, a value-cost analysis. That's not always easy to do, so I would say you get a lot of references. Mm-hmm. Make sure you have a track record. Make sure you evaluate and get very specific on what they are going to do, and then find a way of holding them accountable to doing it. Mm-hmm. Okay? And like anything else, if you're going to go to court with a sticky situation, you're not a good lawyer yourself, do you hire the guy that's going $50 an hour or the $500 lawyer? Because winning the case may be important than the actual rate of the professional charges you. Sure. I always look at the seller and say, let's talk about what you're going to net out of this transaction, not what you're going to spend in the transaction or what you're going to get on the sales price of the transaction, because everything looks a little different, but they all come down to a bottom line called what you walk away with when the dust settles.
Well, that's right. And it seems to me that perhaps carrying a second mortgage for 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, that adds up very, very quickly against what I think I'm saving on the cheap, and getting something closer to market value than I might otherwise have to accept. I mean, it seems like what I believe I might be saving on the front end disappears when I apply the full experience to it.
Well, I always look at this. Everybody would like to buy a Cadillac at Chevrolet prices.
Well said, well said. But once again, we've been visiting with Bob Kilinski of Keller Williams. This is Bernie Wolford. You've been watching Buckingham Business Review, our video magazine. We've asked Bob to come back and do one additional segment, so we are hopeful you will come and join us for a segment 4 with Bob Kilinski. This is Bernie Wolford, your host. See you next time.